another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Leonardo from the new Nickelodeon cartoon series. That's unfortunately not out yet, so we don't know how good the cartoon's going to be. But it's the Ninja Turtles, how bad could it be? As you can see, Leonardo is the leader and king of the katana swords. Very cool. You got the artwork right there of the other turtles. A lot of ninja accessories. You can see a whole kind of sprue of them there in the background. Obviously, there's this katanas. Very nice. Very kind of cool packaging. I like how it's got like this splash of ooze kind of here in the back. Flipping around on the back, you see other characters that are in the line. You got all four of the turtles, Shredder, Krang, a foot soldier, Splinter, and of course April O'Neil. And it says, mutated from ooze and raised in the ways of ninjutsu by their rat sensei Splinter, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are ready to venture outside their sewer lair to fight evil everywhere. And a little bit more of a read up here on Leonardo, and we see that hardworking, honorable, and respectful. Leonardo is the Turtles' fearless leader, driven to be the perfect hero. Leo's inexperienced and often rowdy brothers sometimes get in the way of this goal. Very awesome. I mean, that's exactly how Leonardo is. Very, very cool. Now, one thing that I'm actually noticing, flipping around here in the back, it really kind of shows these guys almost looking like how they did in their comic books, or the comic book version, which is really very cool. Especially Krang, but I'll get on into that a little bit more later on. But there you go. There's the packaging for Leonardo, and in case you're curious, you can check out nick.com/TMNT for more information on the Ninja Turtles. So let's get Leo open and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Leonardo open up and out of its packaging, and he's the leader of the Turtles. I mean, you have to have this guy. It's awesome. Now, one of the problems that I had with Raphael was the fact that his arms were stuck out like this, which really kind of sucked. When you look at this one, and you compare him to Donatello, you can really see that you're able to bring the arms in a whole lot more than this guy. Because of the way that the armpit area is actually designed, you can look and see that there's actually a difference in terms of the mold. He doesn't have an indentation, whereas he actually does, which is really kind of interesting. I do find that curious that they decided to do it, and kind of looks like Leo's hands are actually bigger, which is strange. But I mean, you can definitely see that that's, maybe a character sort of thing. I mean, he's going to have his arms down. He's going to be more laid back and relaxed. He's going to be puffed out and ready to fight somebody. So I don't know, maybe I'll get over it and just look at it as like a character trait. In terms of his accessories, he does come with his katanas, but this whole section here actually comes out, which is actually kind of interesting. And then you can slide this out like so. This is a fairly soft rubber. My biggest concern is this is also a kind of soft rubber. I'd be concerned over time with that actually breaking. Now, when I got it out of the package, that's how it was. It was all the way extended. I was like, oh, that's not going to be good. And it actually came out. So I was like, oh, well, at least I can push it in more. But you can see that it actually bends around. Now, in doing so, you might actually bend your swords, or katanas, I should say, which I don't know if that would be a very good thing, or maybe it would be a good thing because it will keep these actually straight. But you can see he does come with those as his primary weapons. And he comes with another set. You can see the sword right here. So another katana, basically. Little dagger here, a couple other daggers, which are very reminiscent of the original vintage toys. They came with kind of daggers that looked sort of like that. And then throwing stars. But again, I'm going to be leaving it on here. I'm not going to take it off because those are the weapons I choose to display him with. And they're really, the only weapons that he needs. I mean, that's all Leo needs is his katanas. And there you have it. Now, I really kind of wish that there was some extra painted detail on here. Like I would have liked it if this was painted brown or something like that. Kind of give it a much more authentic look, I suppose. But very cool. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's Leonardo. Everybody likes Leo. Well, with the exception of a couple people. Mikey really doesn't care too much about Leo. Raph doesn't like him. And Donnie's kind of like, whatever. As long as he lets me do my thing. But in terms of a size difference, you can see that these guys are fairly similar in terms of the size. Donnie's actually a little bit taller, but Raph and Leo are about the same size. And then peeking around here is Mikey. He's the runt of the litter, as we've already talked about. And he just kind of is micro-sized to all of them. And when compared to the other versions of Leo that I have, you can see that, well, you know, the 2003 version of him, roughly about the same size. He's a little bit taller. Obviously, this one's going to be a little bit smaller. And then the CGI version is just ridiculously taller. But you can kind of see that he's, well, you know what? I've often kept saying that these are kind of heels. This one kind of looks like a toe dangling here in the back, but it doesn't really have a toenail or anything. Same thing with this. It's kind of just an elongated heel. So, I don't know. People are going to be complaining about the three-toe thing probably for a long time. And honestly, I'm not going to care that much. I've really kind of found myself not even worrying about it, but there's a little bit of a size comparison for you. And then here's kind of my vintage figure, my mutating Leonardo. As you can see, a little bit taller here, different skin tone obviously, but still very cool. Now in terms of his articulation, it's the exact same as all the other Ninja Turtle figures. Basically what you have is a ball joint here at the head, so nice range of motion. Sometimes it gets a little bit hindered by the bandana here, but it's not too terribly bad. The shoulders here on pin and sockets, same as the elbows, so nice range of motion, but it's not as good as it really could be. Rotates here at the wrists, pin and socket here at the hips themselves. Good range of motion with those. This being a soft rubber, you can see it actually flips up, and you can get them to actually, have a full-on sitting pose. So actually really kind of cool. The knees here are on pin and sockets, so they bend back and forth. They also rotate, and this kind of dangles in that hand. He doesn't hold these all that great, but it's Leonardo. It's absolutely a quintessential part of Ninja Turtles. You have to have Leo, otherwise, what's the point? Seriously. And then just slip these right back inside here. And I actually do kind of like that this detaches, because now he can actually just walk around being by himself, not really having to carry this with him. That's actually kind of neat. It's almost like it's an extra accessory unto itself, which is very kind of weird. I don't know why that would impress me, but it really is kind of a neat little thing, and then you can just have them walk around and be without it if you really wanted. Really a very cool looking figure. All these Ninja Turtles have a lot of differences between them that really help to differentiate them from just remolds or repaints of the exact same figure. By no stretch of the imagination are they just repaints with different accessories. They are completely different molded figures, absolutely wonderful looking, have a lot of character all by themselves, and without a doubt, guys, if you see these and you are Ninja Turtle fans, I would absolutely recommend picking these up. They have me very excited for the new show, and really looking forward to the other toys that are coming out with it. That being said, make sure you stay tuned for reviews of other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures coming from yours truly, Optibotimus. So until next time, I want to thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.